Damn, he really could have been the best wide receiver ever. From NFL superstar to social media spectacle, the rise and fall of Antonio Brown is a cautionary tale that will leave you speechless. Today we're diving into one of the most controversial figures in NFL history, Antonio Brown. Picture this. It's 2017, AB just signed a $68 million contract extension with the Steelers, making him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. His highlight reels are breaking the internet, and he's racking up Pro Bowl appearances like they're going out of style. He's really on top of the world. But fast forward to 2022, and we see a shirtless Brown running off the field mid-game, tossing his equipment into the crowd, effectively ending his NFL career in really the most bizarre way possible. But how did we get here? What happened to the man that was once considered the best wide receiver in the league? In today's video, we'll trace Brown's journey from 6th-round pick to NFL superstar, and then follow his spiral into controversy, legal troubles, and social media infamy. We'll explore the potential causes behind the erratic behavior, including the controversial CTE theory and impact of sudden fame and fortune. From his early days with the Steelers to a short-lived stint with the Raiders and Patriots, and finally the dramatic exit with the Buccaneers, we'll break down the key moments that define Brown's career both on and off the field. But this just isn't a story about a player's downfall. It's a larger conversation about NFL culture, the price of fame, and the long-term effects of America's famous sport with its players. By the end of this video, you'll be left wondering, was AB's downfall inevitable or could it have been prevented? So buckle up and get ready for a wild ride through the cautionary tale of Antonio Brown. Now that we set the stage, let's dive deeper into Brown's journey from NFL superstar to social media spectacle. His rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. Drafted 195th overall by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2010, he quickly proved to be a diamond in the rough. But it wasn't until his second season that everyone started noticing the former 6th-rounder. He finished the year with 69 catches and almost 1,100 yards. By 2013, he was setting the NFL records, becoming the first player to record at least 5 catches and 50 yards in every game of the season. He surpassed Yancey Thigpen's 97 record for most receiving yards in a single season, and he also became just the second player in franchise history after Hines Ward to achieve 100 receptions in one season. In the 2014 opener, Brown had a standout moment for the Steelers when he kicked Cleveland punter in the face mask during a punt return. It's still one of the most iconic plays still to this day in Antonio Brown's career. Although he was fined and issued an apology, the incident became a memorable spectacle for fans and players around the league. That season turned out to be one of Brown's best seasons ever. He set team records with 129 receptions and 1,700 receiving yards, and tied for second with touchdowns with 13. Damn. He really could have been the best wide receiver ever. Brown led the NFL in receiving yards and in receptions, marking the first of his 2 times he would accomplish this feat in his career. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. In 2015, Brown suffered a brutal hit from then linebacker Vontaze Burfict, resulting in a concussion. This moment is crucial to our story, as it's often cited as a potential turning point in Brown's behavior on and off the field. In 2016, the Steelers extended Brown's contract for 5 years, making him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. He continued to impress in 2017 with leading the league in receiving yards for the second time in his career. But then came 2018. This year marks Antonio Brown's downfall. In 2018, Brown found himself embroiled in lawsuit after lawsuit. The first one was filed after he allegedly was caught throwing furniture from his 14th floor apartment balcony in South Florida, nearly hitting 2 children in the pool at the deck below. The legal matter was later resolved a year later through a settlement on the side. And then 2 weeks into the season, Brown stirred controversy by threatening reporter Jesse Washington on Twitter after Washington published an article critiquing Brown's social media activity. He later issued an apology, but we all saw the road he was going down. Additionally, in mid-season, Brown was cited for driving over 100 miles an hour in a neighborhood. That, therefore, started to escalate tensions within the Steelers organization. And as that tension grew, the Steelers were really off to a good start of the year, 7-2-1. But boy, were the rumors starting to swirl. The rumors swirling were that Brown was envious and jealous of increasing number of receptions that Juju Smith-Schuster was getting, a sentiment seemingly confirmed by Brown when he expressed frustration over Juju being named the team's 2018 MVP. Describing the end of Brown's tenure with the Steelers as turbulent would be an understatement. His last game in a Steelers uniform was December 23rd, 2018 against the Saints, where he delivered an impressive performance with 14 catches for 185 yards and 2 tutties. The following week, Brown's relationship with the Steelers hit a breaking point. After a very heated argument with then starting quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, Brown missed multiple practices leading up to a crucial game with the Bengals that really led to increasing tension within the team. But despite skipping the team's Saturday walkthrough and meeting, Brown showed up to game day expecting to play but was benched, and he left at halftime without participating. So Brown's bridges in Pittsburgh were thoroughly burned, and the situation became irreparable. So in 2019, he requested a trade publicly, and after vetoing a trade to the Buffalo Bills, a trade to the Oakland Raiders was for a 3rd and 5th round pick. I think we all know where the story is going. His stint with the Raiders and even with the Patriots were so short-lived and controversy-filled, from frostbitten feet to helmet disputes to sexual assault allegations to fake vaccination cards. Brown's off-field issues seem to multiply every day. The climax of Brown's career really came in 2020 when he joined the Buccaneers, reuniting with Tom Brady. He contributed to the team's strong second half performance, ultimately winning the Super Bowl and earning the title of Super Bowl champion. Unfortunately, that was short-lived. The next year in the game against the Jets, Brown shocked everyone by stripping off his jersey, pads, and tossing equipment into the crowd, and then running off the field mid-game. This bizarre incident effectively ended his NFL career. It became a viral moment that will likely define his legacy. But the question still remains: what caused this dramatic fall from grace? With that, there seems to be 2 theories online. 1, the CTE theory, and then 2, the true personality theory. Some speculate that Brown's erratic behavior is from the CTE theory, which could be the result of chronic trauma by the brain conditioned from repeated head injuries. The symptoms of CTE include mood swings and erratic behavior, which align with many of Brown's actions. However, it's important to note that CTE can only be diagnosed post-mortem. The other theory is the true personality theory. Others, like former teammate Ryan Clark, suggest Brown's behavior isn't new, but rather an amplification of his existing personality traits fueled by fame and fortune. Clark recounts incidents that happened in 2012 that hint to Brown's ego and attitude issues. Regardless of the cause, Brown's story serves as a cautionary tale for the NFL and its players. It raises important questions about player mental health, the long-term effects of repeated head injuries, and the impact of sudden fame and wealth on young athletes. As we wrap up this video, it's worth reflecting the broader implications of Antonio Brown's downfall. How can the NFL better support its players in mental health? What responsibility do the teams have in managing player behavior and mental health? And how can we as fans contribute to a culture that prioritizes athletes' well-being over entertainment? That's something I'm going to chew on for a while and try to figure out what we can do. Maybe there's something that we can do as a community. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Antonio Brown's legacy will likely be a complex one. A player with undeniable talent whose off-field actions overshadowed his on-field brilliance. But perhaps more importantly, his story might serve as a catalyst for a much-needed conversation about player welfare in the NFL. What do you think about Antonio Brown's story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video informative or you like these type of short stories or long stories, don't forget to like and subscribe for more sports deep dives in the future. Until next time, I love y'all, I miss y'all, and come back for the next video.